Hello everyone, my name is David Arzata here, and I'm going to be showcasing you my Lyrilusc deck combo video because a lot of people requested me to do how this deck utilizes, and this is basically one of the most fun decks that I like to play. So with that being said, let's get on with it. I'm going to draw my first 5 cards to see what I have. Lyrilusc, Wagtail, Turquoise Warbler, Sapphire Swallow, and Psychic Blade. Psychic Blade will be a good asset to the team because, let's see what I can do with it. For my first move, I'll activate my Lyrilusc Warbler from my hand. If I control no monsters, I'm allowed to special summon this card from my hand. If this card is special summoned from the hand, I can special summon a Lyrilusc monster from my hand or graveyard. So I'll special summon Warbler, and then his special ability. When special summoned from the hand, I get to special summon a Lyrilusc monster from my hand or graveyard. But I could do that, but I'm not going to utilize its effect because I'm going to use this card's ability. Because since I control a Winged Beast monster, I'm allowed to special summon this card, both this card and a level 1 Winged Beast monster from my hand. So this one is a Winged Beast level 1. So those effects will apply. Summon those 2 birdies out. Sapphire Swallow and Wagtail. Wagtail activates its special ability. When special summoned, I get to add a Lyrilusc spell or trap from my deck to my hand. I could go ahead and use... I'll use Conquery. I'll add Barrel. Oh, wait, oops. Sorry about that. I forgot. Spell, a trap. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and add Lyrilusc Bird Call. Add Bird Call to my hand. Next, I'll build the overlay network on both this one and Wagtail. Utilizing those two, I'll build the overlay network. I will Xyz summon Radical Starling. Next, I'm going to activate Radical Starling's special ability. I'll detach my Wagtail, and then I can add a low one. Well, actually, I'll target this card, and it gains 300 attack points for each material attached to it. Since it has 1, it has 3,000 attack points. 300 actually. Next, I'm going to use that one. Oh, enough. I'm gonna add something. I'll add my Conquery to my hand. Next, I'm going to activate my Bird Call. This allows me to take a Lyrilusc monster from my deck, either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. The fact is, I'm going to grab I'll send my Cobalt Swallow. Then you can special summon 1 Lyrilusc monster with a different name from your hand. It says you can, so then you can special summon. But I'll elect not to use my other effect. I'm not saying if I wanted to use the other effect, but that it's optional, I think. Next, I'll activate my Lyrilusc Bear Conquery from my hand. I can summon this card. This card's my hand. I can target a Lyrilusc monster in my graveyard, special summon both that and that monster. So I'll target my Cobalt Swallow, special summon that and that in defense mode. Next, I'll activate my Cobalt Swallow special ability. When this card is special summoned, I can add a level 1 Winged Beast monster from your deck to your hand. I'll go ahead and add my Swallow. Since if 2 or more monsters with the same level are on our field, I'm allowed to special summon this card, my Swallow. And then I'm going to go for an Xyz summon. I Xyz summon my rank 4. Assembled Nightingale. Nightingale will activate its special ability. It gains 200 attack for each material that is attached to it. Since there are 4, that means it gains 800 attack points. But these guys have special abilities when they're on their field. Because as long as this card is Xyz summoned, it gains this effect. I can target one Lyrilusc monster in my graveyard, attach to it to this card as material. Meaning, I could target my Celine Wagtail, and then I can attach it to this monster. Cobalt Swallow has a special ability. A wind monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. And Lyrilusc has the same effect as well. An Xyz monster that was summoned using this card on the field gains its effect. It gains 200 attack points and it cannot switch. So as long as this card is in attack mode, so can't target it with card effects, target a monster and equip to it. So now it has 5 materials, 1,000 and 1,200. In total, this is 1,200. With that, I'm gonna set this card face down and I end my turn. Now, the Psychic Blade, I'll keep that for later. Keep this in mind as long as I survive. But this card has a special ability. During my opponent's turn, when I feel like it's a threat, I'm gonna use this effect right away. I'm gonna detach my Celine Wagtail to the graveyard. That way, it has a special ability. Quick effect, you can detach a one material from this card. Until the end of the turn, Lyrilusc monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and I take no damage. So even if you try to attack me, I'll be protected, and they can't be destroyed by battle, and I take no damage. And also, you could attack my Assembled Nightingale, or you can attack my Starling if you want, but the Starling has a special ability. All battle damage you take battles involving this Xyz monster, this card, is also inflicted to your opponent. The Psychic Blade, if it was my turn again, let's say it's my turn if I do survive, I'll draw a card, and then I'm going to activate the Wagtail in my graveyard, because if this card is in your graveyard, I can target a Lyrilusc monster I control, attach this card to it as material. So I could go ahead and use that. And it becomes an overlay unit. And then I could use Starling as effect again to just detach a material. So I could add a level 1 winged beast monster from my deck to my hand just for more supply. I can go ahead and grab myself another Sapphire Swallow if that's necessary, because all of my monsters are mostly winged beasts. But the fact that I have 5 overlay units, and then I'm going to activate my Psychic Blade on the next turn. I target the Assembled Nightingale. I'll have to pay 2,000 life points and then equip this card. So now, this one has 5 overlay units, plus the special ability of my Barrel Conqueror, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000, plus the extra 12 due to the effect of the Barrel Conqueror, because it was actually summoned on the field. It has 1,200, but equip this card to it and gains an additional 2,000, so in total is 3,200. And this card is really good because this one has a special ability. This card can attack directly while it has this. Well, this card has material. It can attack the number of times each battle phase up to the number of materials attached to it. So if it was during the battle phase, this monster can attack directly, and I can attack 5 times. And with the equipment of Psychic Blade, 32 per hit, per direct hit. Alright, let's go for number 2. Alright, let's go for round number 2. 3. Ooh, come on. Psychic Blade. Again? I guess so. Let's just go with it. Since I control no monsters from my hand, I'm allowed to special summon this card from my hand. And with this card is special summon from the hand, I can special summon another Lyrilusc monster from my hand, or graveyard. But I'll special summon like Celine Wagtail. Wagtail will activate its effect, will allow me to add a Lyrilusc spell trap from my deck to my hand. Add Lyrilusc Bird Call. I will Xyz. I'll go with Starling. I'll use this special ability, target herself, and it gains 300 attack points for each material. It has 2. It has 6,000. I mean 600. Sorry, 600. Then I'm going to attach my Wagtail to the graveyard, just so I can add a level 1 winged beast monster from my deck to my hand. I'll add Barrel Conqueror. Next, I'm going to activate Barrel Conqueror special ability. I can target the Celine Wagtail in my graveyard and this card, and target one Lyrilusc monster, special summon both this card and that monster. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. So I can go ahead and target this one and this one. X. You cannot special summon monsters from the X deck for the rest of the turn except XYZ. So I'll overlay these two for XYZ material. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with rank 1. I'll go with my. I think I'll go with this one, Prame Kuchi. But it says I cannot special summon during Xyz play. But I can do this. I'll overlay these two monsters using these two monsters as material. And I think these cards go to my graveyard. Because the summoning conditions will have to be required to get 2 XYZ monsters with the same rank except number monsters. So I will use this. I can go ahead and go with Utopic Future. And I will overlay it again to go with Draco Future. I mean, I could use that as another play in case of 3,000 if I want. I think that's the kind of my option number 2. I could go for a Xyz play if I want to. Alright, let's try again. What? Oh, yikes. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh, wow. This is not good for me. Okay. I'm gonna normal summon my Sapphire Swallow. And then I'm gonna use the other Sapphire Swallow in my hand. Because since I control Winged Beast monster, I can special summon both. It doesn't say except itself, so I can just go ahead and summon it. Oh yeah, so summon both this card and a level 1 Winged Beast monster from my hand. Which I have DDD Crow, which is basically a Winged Beast level 1. I'll special summon both that and this on the field. Next, I'm going to activate Wing Requital. Because if all the monsters I control are Winged Beast monsters, and you control at least 2 monsters with different original names, I can pay 600 life points to draw 2 cards. That's that's very lucky when I have these two cards. Sorry. I could go ahead and use... I can go ahead and exceed now. Should I go with Starling or should I go with something else? I think I'll go with Starling and then I'll use this, but I'll target itself, then it gains attack points. But I'm not gonna use that for long. I'll just use this card's ability to attach to itself so that I can add a Winged Beast monster. I can go ahead and go with... I'll go ahead and grab Barrel Conquery. Next, I'm going to activate Barrel Conquery special ability. I'll target this card, but summon both this and that to the graveyard. Then I could overlay. Shuffle that into the deck. Or I should go ahead and go with my Robin. I'll go ahead and go with Robin in defense mode. And not because I want to. Next, I'm going to activate Sapphire. I'll activate my Swallow Cold Query. I'll tribute this card so that way I can add a Winged Beast monster from my deck to my hand with the same level as that tribute monster. There's nothing else that I could do. I think I'll choose to grab Wagtail. That card will go to my graveyard. Who should I want to protect? Who should I want to protect? But leaving with this card, I can't do this. I'll play Power of the Guardians. Then I can I'll just target this card. Because if an attack is declared involving my equipped monster, I place one spell counter on this card, and then the equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense points for each spell counter. If it's equipped monster that would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove one spell counter from this card that I control instead. Not because I just want to. If you try to attack me, that thing is going to activate, and it will gain a spell counter. And the Psycho Blade I'll have, it'll be stored for later. And this one, the Robin, can help because if your opponent special summons a monster except during the damage step, I could detach one material from this card. I could target one of those special summon monsters, then return it to the hand. And if this card is in your position is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card, you can target one Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So even if this card does get destroyed, I'll just add back the Sapphire Swallow and add it back to my hand. So that way when it's my turn again, and if I do manage to survive, so if in a situation where if she gets destroyed, or if I try to detach a material just so I can prevent, like, to target a special summon monster to return it back to the hand, and if it does get destroyed, I'll target my Swallow in my other Swallow and add it back to my hand. And then when it's my turn again, if they survive or if they don't, I draw the next card, and if I have a Winged Beast, I can just summon both this card and this card to the field. This card will activate to get a Lyrilusc spell or trap. Anyway, I think I did the best that I can in explaining how my deck goes. And I'm asking for perfection. Anyway, I just love this deck profile, how it utilizes, and I'm just trying to make this game a little bit more fun. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like it. Bye. Love you.